I was trying to think. I've been drunk with you a lot, and I was trying to think what kind of alter ego you have. But I think the most common is the instigator.
Bernie.
Few of our
That
friends
might be
will
what
get that
I do like to instigate. I do enjoy instigating.
one. Pretty sure that even though JoJo, who is a friend of ours, got us kicked out of a club in New Orleans, you were partially the reason for the instigation
How
of.
dare you? Maybe that's true. That might be a little true.
This is Weird with Otis and Bernie.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man? Welcome into This Is Weird. Bernie,
I am feeling great.
We haven't got I was going to say, we haven't got an update from you since you dropped the C-bomb on us about 2 episodes ago.
I still have the C. Things are good. It's getting
Rhymes
into
with
it.
Manser.
Yeah, things are fine. I'm on the other side of treatment, and I think that it's going to be relatively smooth sailing from here. So I thank you for notes and Facebook comments and all kinds of stuff that I'm getting. I'm to the point where I'm getting. It makes me very uncomfortable when people want to do nice things for me. It is inherent in people's nature to want to be nice to someone who is in a place where they need someone to be nice. And yeah. I am completely uncomfortable with the idea of people being nice to me. Like I'm very, hey, we would like to give you something to help you out while you're in this time of need. And I'm like, that makes me very uncomfortable. Why are you being nice to me? Why are you being nice to me? Like it makes me very uncomfortable, but I do appreciate all of the people that have reached out and have said nice things and said that I'm in their prayers. And it makes me very uncomfortable that anybody would do anything for me.
Listen, people care, and they just want you to know they care.
And I greatly appreciate it.
Hashtag prayers up.
Yes.
We care. Most of the time when people are going to take the time to comment and they're thinking about you and they care, and you just got to accept it for what it is. And don't block the blessings.
Don't block the blessings. Very uncomfortable. The last time I had this, which this is not the first time, I was on a radio show in Dallas, right? And we got a note from a teacher. Still have in a box in the other room. We got a note from probably a second grade-ish, first grade-ish teacher who had her class write notes to me, like 20 or 25 notes from these little kids.
Okay,
to me, and I thought, what a wild waste of school time.
Were any of the cards hilarious in the fact that they're like, "I hope you don't die," or said something
some.
Yeah. Brett had some kids do that for the elderly people in the old folks home she worked at for a while, and some of the kids, what they wrote, I think one of them was something like, "Enjoy the time you have left."
What are we doing?
Kids, man, they don't hold back. That's what I'm saying. Trick lot of kids.
At the time, it seemed, and it still seems like a wild waste of curriculum time for that school to do that then, and so it makes me very uncomfortable when people want to do nice things for me.
How's sales going with the little particles of your tumor?
The sales.
I assume you took my idea.
I didn't. I mean, I didn't take your idea, but it's so far so good. The science behind the whole thing, and I won't bore you with it, but the science behind how they're getting rid of this has been very interesting. So anyway.
Yeah, very good, very good. I'm glad we got a little update there. We got a lot of weird stuff going on the show today. Follow along at This Weird Pod on all the socials, like you have been doing. Share it with friends. That's really the most important kind of algorithm thing to this whole thing.
I think we've reached a plateau, and I think it would be important if you, like he says, share it with people. Share it with people. If you like us, if you like the show, share it with somebody. Tell people you like.
If you wear cancer shirts, please share the podcast.
If you don't like the cancer, we're an anti-cancer podcast. I've always said that. I've always said we're an anti-cancer podcast.
It's a hardcore stance, but we stand by it.
Look, we are anti-cancer. Some podcasts, your Joe Rogan's pro-cancer, and he won't say that out loud. But he's pro-cancer.
Look, I would say we'll die on that hill, but it feels weird to say that. So
and I will die on that hill of cancer. I don't know.
So my weekend was filled with cowboy boots and 6-year-old birthday parties. A bunch of girls. Nice. Mini cow. The mini cow was pretty awesome.
A mini cow.
Yeah, it's like a 2-year-old cow, and it's about 3 foot tall and adorable.
I've never heard of a mini cow.
Me either.
You only get pints of milk. Like
I asked her that. I was like, "Do you milk that thing, or what do you do with it?
How's that work?"
And then my weird neighbor, he was like overheard saying like, "Wonder what the hamburgers would taste like."
Well, they'd be sliders.
Would they just be that's what?
They'd be the little White Castles.
Sliders come from.
White Castles. That's where sliders come from.
White Castle kills baby cows.
Kills baby cows. Write that down.
Podcast first.
White Castle kills baby cows. Joe Rogan is pro cancer. Those are the two things that I've learned so far. And we're only 5 minutes into the pod.
I'm shocked I didn't get an HOA letter at some point about the baby cow. It still could come, possibly. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to have farm animals in the
because you had livestock. Well, you had the chicken for a long time.
That's true. But I've kind of have recently pissed off the HOA a couple times.
Really?
So, yeah, the dog. He's real upset with the dog, and first off, the dog got away because he likes to run down the thing, shit in the middle of his yard.
Oh well, that
so that didn't go well. And then I took him to the pool for like 10 minutes one day because the kids were down there. I walked him down there. No signs anywhere, but apparently everybody was pissed off that there was a dog at the pool. He sat next to me, and then they sent me this stupid letter about how we were notified. So basically, there was a snitch that told on me and my dog, and so I'm trying to find out the snitch. I'm on an investigation.
What's worse in that case? The fact that they are being so authoritative, or the fact that there is a snitch in your midst? And somebody is out there and does not like you. And when we leave, they're like, that asshole and his dog are going to the pool, and I don't care for it.
The Article 6 bylaw that they sent me said nothing about my damn dog. It said that in the community you can't create an annoyance, a nuisance, something along those lines. And my dog's definitely not a nuisance. So now every single time something happens, I'm going to report to my HOA that it was a nuisance to me.
Oh, see, so but you're going to become You're going to become somebody else's snitch. It's the circle of life. It's the circle of life. That's how you become a Karen.
Instead of that, though, I feel like I could go a whole nother route. And I was inspired by a guy in Burlington who's pissed off at his neighbors.
Yeah.
If you'll embrace me here for a second.
I will.
Do you have the video? Do you need time? You need the video from me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen here, and I want you to see what this guy did to his neighbor, who was angry about a tree. The whole story is the neighbor was angry about a tree, and
those are some of the best stories, by the way. When you see those stories where it's some sort of yard dispute and he's pissed and he walked out and he used a chainsaw on the fence. Those are some of the greatest stories in the world. Well, it's like neighbor rage.
Yeah, because the tree is not on the neighbor's property that's angry about the tree.
It's always a tree.
It's the next door neighbors, and it's going to cost him money to split the tree because the tree has been deemed unsafe now because they reported it to the city. And this guy is upset that he's got to spend $400 and ruin this tree to cut it down.
Bitches. And by the way, the tree is the last straw. Whatever this was that did this, that goddamn tree. Like it just dropped a leaf or it dropped a branch or something. He's like, I've been telling those goddamn people to cut that tree down for years. and that's when he comes out with a weed whacker and he's just...
Yeah, you would think this guy, I'm sure there's been some aggressive back and forth. Yeah. But instead, let me just say this, not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they put dildos on little birdhouses so that their neighbors can look at them every day. And I give you this guy.
All right. Okay.
Her morning routine has been disrupted by a display that cannot be missed from her kitchen window.
Every morning when I get up, I come over here and make
See it over there,
coffee.
the little pink house.
That's a little birdhouse, got dildos on it.
It's got like 8 dildos just stuck to the roof of it.
Bedazzled dildos on this birdhouse. It's great.
That is staring me right in the face.
The raccoon house sitting at the corner of their backyard.
Wait, did she say raccoon house?
Yeah, look at
He has a raccoon house?
Well, they have to blur it out because they can't show you on the news. It just all,
but all you see is
it's like spikes at the top of the thing because you can't tell exactly what they are, but they're dildos.
Look at the big purple one that's kind of leaning over.
Their backyard is decorated with various sex toys stuck to its roof. It was put there by their neighbor after a dispute over a tree.
We had a tree that
I'm doing this to my HOA president.
Oh, just
this is the revenge I'm getting.
You see that? That's a house of dicks that I put in your yard.
Show me the article that is against that in our neighborhood.
It says here, bylaw 6, article 7, no raccoon houses with dicks.
hazardous, in my opinion. It was splitting at the top, and I just approached my neighbor and let him know because he was fairly new to the area.
Lee says she called bylaw after nothing was done about the tree, and bylaw deemed it to be unsafe.
The city came and said you need to take it to 8 feet.
Linda's husband, Chris, says the neighbor initially had his own quote to take the tree down, but never did anything with it.
And it was an extra $400 for him to pay out of pocket. For the
You
city
know how much a chainsaw
is? Yeah. About $75.
Yeah, just get one of those chainsaws on sticks. Nothing ever bad ever happened with those. The ones with the chainsaw on a stick that you use.
Right, yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, right.
Then remove it. And I think that's what's upset him.
We had the tree guys here.
There's the guy.
Here,
Oh, this is the guy that put
this is the guy that put the dildos.
and he chose to say he would do it himself, which is what annoys me about the whole situation.
Sean Oriold owns the property with the tree, which is now home to the bright colored display.
At this point,
the bright colored display.
Yeah, right. They have to dance around the fact that it's dildos.
Honestly, I'm probably out more money for all these creative decorations.
Said it cost him more money for the dildos than to take the tree.
Like I can give you $400, or hear me out, spend $400 on dildos.
and mind you, the explanation I had to give to the Amazon driver was weird too.
I love that guy. Love that guy.
In all honesty, I'm probably out more money for all these creative decorations.
But the man who did it says that he did it to send a message about calling bylaw officers on neighbors.
And the whole thing could be solved if they just came and talked to me like a person, opposed to being
I doubt that.
and calling bylaw.
I'm pretty sure that.
I don't know.
Sure
Everybody seems like they're pretty stuck on their side on this thing.
Right.
I'm not sure they're talking it out. It's the way it's going to happen.
Time.
You got one guy who's putting dildos on houses, and the other guy's, bylaw 47. He said he was going to spend $250 here. Like, it doesn't seem like those two sides are going to come together.
Yeah. I feel like he could have saved himself a lot of trouble and probably money if he would just sent her, the Karen next door, a dildo. She would have came out like much happier the next day.
She would have been a little looser, so to speak.
The Lees say that the display has negatively impacted their family and social lives.
Look at the rainbow one. There's the
a
rainbow one.
birthday party they hosted.
Looks like one of those bomb pops.
That's great. Pictures of people at their house, and looming over top of everybody having a good time is the dildo house.
It's the 91st birthday of one of their mothers, the neighbor's mother.
Oh no! Oh no!
She probably loved it though.
Nana comes over. We gotta have a look at that.
Look at the little girl playing with the dog though.
Party they hosted for Linda's mom's 91st birthday. They also installed security cameras in their backyard in wake of the situation.
Why? So you can look at it more?
I just want it down. I just want it to be gone. It's it's way past.
I don't like looking at it, but I put up 3 cameras that directed right towards it.
But I'm on the news pointing it out. I would rather go in to talk to this guy rather than trying to figure it out. Let's go to the news because we want to keep this on the down low.
What's right and wrong? Well, this is wrong.
The Lees have reached out to bylaw counselors and the mayor to see if the sex toys can be taken down, but say they have not yet received much help.
Specifically states in
here's the bylaw.
Here's right here. I've highlighted it with yellow. In pink, I've highlighted the bylaw, and in yellow, I've highlighted where he's broken the laws. And
this affects my senses.
Clearly, I have a lawyer on retainer to try to figure this out.
Anything that's indecent or offensive to your senses. And as far as I'm concerned, you've got 5 senses, and sight is one of them.
Sean says he.
I really got you with that sense thing. That sense thing is a very key part of this entire thing.
The display down if the Lees remove their security cameras and repay him the $400 it costs to lower the tree.
Yeah, it's just everybody just gosh.
Literally the most offensive that they couldn't play on the news was the raccoon threesome that happened on the top of the roof as well.
Just raccoons going crazy.
That really took it over the top.
Just everybody's just so uptight about everything. He's so worked up about everything.
That's why I think this guy is amazing. His thought process of just like, you know what? You see that big old house? Who has one of those first off? Or did he build it specially? I don't know.
Build it specially because he spent all the money. He spent the money he would have done to take the tree down.
Perfect height for their like kitchen window and everything to see it.
This big old colorful. Worked really hard to make sure that this was framed in a way that would be exact. Like it's in every one of their pictures.
Like I applaud the effort this man put in to the revenge. Yeah. I applaud that. Nobody puts that kind of effort in.
I gotta give it to him. I'm team dildo on this one. I'm team dildo. I'll be honest with you.
This is weird.
Welcome back. This is weird. I got a story from CBS News. He does all of the human interest stories, Steve Hartman. He's fantastic. And he has a story that I wanted you to see. I have not heard the story. I have only seen it on a screen. It made me laugh out loud. And it's about a dog. It's about a dog.
You get knocked down that counts, but how many times you get back up. CBS's Steve Hartman goes on the road with an inspiring story of perseverance from man's best friend.
A lot of dogs think they're human, but Dexter takes it to a whole nother level. To the point.
Oh, what is that?
The dog walks on his back legs. He has no front legs, and the dog walks on his back legs.
Where I can now safely say, I have seen everything. Dexter lives here in Ouray, Colorado, where for the past few years, this bicolor, bipedal Brittany Spaniel has been turning.
Oh, he's got one arm. He's got one. He's got 2 legs and then one like.
But he walks standing up.
But he walks standing up on 2 hind legs. My dog would absolutely do this if he can figure it out. He's trying. There's moments when he stands on both legs and tries to walk towards me, and he doesn't quite get the balance right. But I think we're close. This could happen.
If I'm just saying, I mean, this dog's close to some sort of indecent exposure charge.
Pause for a second. Look at the guy in the video where you paused it. The guy's looking back. Like that meme where the guy looks back at the girl.
It's like the meme.
He's
not looking at the dog. He's looking at the girl.
The guy's got the girlfriend on his arm and he's looking back at the other girl. This guy's looking back at what?
It's like he's looking back. He's like, dog on 2 legs.
Holy shit, this weed is good. Shit. Good God. That's what he's thinking right now.
Like, is that dog on 2 legs?
Heads wherever he goes. Dexter's owner, Kent Pasek, says this isn't a trick she taught.
They have the dog on it.
I feel like that would throw his balance off being on the leash.
I think it would, yeah. The dog's got neck problems because you keep pulling him back by the neck. Is it not enough for you that Oh, he does look really happy.
His smile is so big, his tongue is out, and he's walking straight up like he's about to walk up to the bar and order a drink. Yeah, let me get a little tequila shot and maybe a Miller Lite.
Yeah, I'll take a 7 and 7, or as I call it, a 49 and 49.
I mean, this kind of unique talent, you're bound to get all the bitches.
You're gonna get all the bitches. Not only are you walking upright, but your dick is out in front of you. Let's see what you're working with.
Wait, so does he have the ability to do it human style? Is what I want to know. Does he can stand up?
I don't know.
Snoop Dogg would definitely have this dog in his video.
It's an adaptation he made after a near-death experience.
Hey, come on.
When Dexter was a puppy, he escaped his yard, darted into traffic, and got hit by a car. He lost one front leg and the other was badly damaged. So everyone assumed, to get around, he would need some kind of adaptive equipment.
Nope.
And
this
he
dude's
did
like, I'm
use a
walking.
They put him in one of those.
Wheelchair.
They put him in those wheelchairs, and you see those dogs in those wheelchairs, like they can't have any kind of quality of life. I mean, this contraption.
Yeah, it's just not natural, and they feel weird in it. So he's like, you know what? I got 2 other good legs.
I'm good. I'll walk like you. I'll walk like you,
Dad.
Dad.
You guys do this for years. I can do this.
Kenty set the pooch at the foot of her porch without the wheelchair.
And I ran into.
At first, he fell down the stairs, and then he learned.
It took him about 7 times of just busting his face off the stairs. He figured it out. This dog didn't just stand up out of nowhere. You can't tell me that all of a sudden he was like, you know what? F this life. I'm standing up. I could have done this the whole time, but since I ain't got 4 now.
Are the front legs so heavy that other dogs don't do this? Like, I think the reason the other dogs don't do this.
Maybe he lost a little bit of weight up front.
Maybe
it's got to take a lot of hip strength, right?
You would
but
think,
I like
yes.
that he still has one paw, so he can wave at people with the other little nub.
Yes, he can.
You know, while he's walking.
Well, he can use that to honk the horn.
This dog's so getting a movie at some point.
Go get my cup of coffee. Came out and he was right here where he is right now. And I was like, how is this going on?
How did you figure it out?
I put him back down there and I grabbed my phone to see what was going on.
Here is the video she recorded.
And I was like, oh, we're into something totally different.
That's how he got
You never know
to
where
the 2
life's
legs.
gonna
He pushed himself off that first step.
In the
And now he's at a parade with a hat on.
He's
Yes.
got a hat on. If you got a dog that walks on his back legs, you're gonna put that dog in a hat. Like that's, I think that's the next step. You're gonna find the douchiest hat you can find to put on that dog to walk him down the middle of the road in the parade.
And this dog is soaking it up. Like he's owning the moment.
Loves it. He's being sued by Amber Heard. That's how big this dog is. I don't know. Just suggesting that the dog had some sort of fame that.
Yeah, right.
Dexter has become a full-blown celebrity.
Oh my God! Look at him walking.
He's got kind of a pimp strut. Hey, what's up, bitches?
They didn't take enough shots from the front view. The front view is everything. Like his walk is like a swagger.
He's got a swagger to his walk, I think. You got to see this. You have to see this on our YouTube or our Facebook page.
You're gonna go. Yes, this is something you need to watch.
Social media followers.
I'm gonna show this to my dog
from across the country, just hoping for a glimpse of URA's most upstanding citizen.
Oh, good.
The whole thing takes absurdity to new heights, but to many, Dexter is no joke. In this pile of mail he receives monthly
comes in droves.
Are hundreds of letters of.
By the way, I love dogs. How big a pain in the ass is this dog now? Like I got a dog that walks on his back legs. I gotta do paintings and letters.
He's getting
and emails
mail.
And Instagram,
He's getting mail from fans.
Thing. Jesus, can you just walk on your 4 legs, 3 legs, whatever? Can you dial it back, Dexter? I need you to dial it back, buddy. You've gotten too big for your britches.
You can kick the dog out of the kitchen when he's all being annoying, but he's in there like, hey, what we got for dinner? Smoking a cigarette. What's for dinner?
Using that other paw to help you fix it because he can reach the counter.
He's like the legit real life dog. You remember those dog paintings when we were younger that were playing like poker? This dog is like.
This dog's a dealer.
The real life dealer in those photos. Remember, I had one of those like felt rugs with those dogs on it playing poker.
Did you really? All class growing up with the felt rug with the dogs playing poker at your house. This is what we call classy.
Little known fact: his best friend's Air Bud, and this guy's got some skills on the court as well.
It just hangs out. Hey, you think it's cool that I can walk on my legs? My best friend can kick field goals.
You should see my jump shot. This dog's ridiculous. I want to own this dog. I'm going to show this video.
You do, though. That's the thing.
Gratitude.
I'm recovering from intensive radiation treatments for breast cancer, and you certainly bring joy to my day.
She brought that down.
Wow, right.
We're humans. See,
I mean, I just had radiation too, and the dog that walks on his back legs makes me laugh. I mean, I'm not going to write anybody a letter about it, but whatever.
Like the whole whole news article was fun and like upbeat, and the dog smile, and then she's like reading a note about some lady with cancer. Like, come on.
Yes.
Like you took the whole story down to another.
My
level.
grandma just died of feline AIDS, and I pure perked up when I saw.
I'm going to show this video to my dog, and I'm going to shame him for not being able to do this.
Why are you this good? Showing him the video of the LeBron James of dogs.
And then it's going to kick into a video montage of me training him to do this. Boom, 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 boom.
Run up those stairs. Do it again. So there you go. Oh, there's a dog that can walk on his two legs.
That's fantastic. Ridiculous.
That is fantastic. Coming up here in just a few minutes, I got cops that were really committed to taking down a massage ring in the Flagstaff. So that's we got that coming up.
The hard-hitting news.
Yeah, no, hard-hitting coming up.
Very hard.
This is weird.
Back at it. This is weird. Hi there, it's Bernie and Otis. Thank you for downloading the pod. We appreciate it. Story out of Flagstaff.
Where's Flagstaff?
Arizona.
Okay. All right, Arizona.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on in Arizona right now. You can be a teacher without a degree now. You don't even have to have like a license. They're taking like I've read like 3 or 4 different articles about Arizona's laws. They're just like it's like a free for all at this point. They're like, we don't need laws, we don't need licenses. Just have
whatever.
Fun, guys. Live your life.
Knock yourself out.
It's hot. Nobody has time for shit like that.
It's hot.
Good for you, Arizona.
We'd work on it harder, but it's really frothy and sweaty here.
Nobody wants to arrest anybody in 127 degrees. It's just
you guys just be cool till like September.
Like there's just no crime because it's so hot.
Yes,
that nobody's gonna go rob anybody or be outside. So
yeah, right. So
good for you, Arizona.
Let's check this out.
But they're still getting massages, it
Federal
seems.
agents called it Operation High Country Hydra. In 2019,
federal agents went overboard on naming it.
Why do they need some stupid radio name for their investigations? Every time they got some like goofy morning show, bit game name.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Call a phrase that pays.
Came in about Flagstaff massage parlors accepting money for sex acts. Homeland Security Investigations and Flagstaff PD launched a joint months-long operation to try and stop the suspected trafficking and prostitution. But when that investigation was complete, not a single trafficking victim had been identified. Arrests were made, though, after 2 officers went undercover unclothed.
And I was like, well, do you want me to take them off? And so she was like, well, your comfort, if you want them off or you don't want oil on them. So there was kind of some confusion on that. So I ended up taking them off. And that's what I felt like the suggestion was from her.
That is flat.
What
I like
did
the guy
was
sleeping on the Zoom call up in the top left. He's like,
I was in there and I was like, I don't know if I should take my pants off. And I was like, why not? I should take my pants off. We'll see what happens.
Flagstaff officer Dustin Eberhardt in a deposition, talking about the first time he allowed a masseuse to fondle him naked.
As soon as I got
the first time, the first time is the key there. The first time.
He's like, she kept asking it is what I'm saying. It couldn't possibly be entrapment because she kept asking and I didn't want oil on my pants. So
I didn't want
aroused. That's when I immediately started asking about the money and like how much. And like I said, I've never done one of these, so I was fairly nervous and I didn't know where to like stop it. So I was trying to stop it quickly.
No, please stop.
Were you?
Please.
Is that what you tell your wife too? I was trying to
please
stop it quickly.
No, stop it. Please stop.
First 2.5 minutes. My bad.
Please stop. I don't want you to do anymore. By the way, are you like me? Whenever you see somebody doing like a Zoom in a car, like they're in a car, you're like, you're not taking this very seriously. Like if the only place that you had to do the deposition was in the front seat of your car, you're not taking this very seriously. You couldn't find
take a little time out. You had to do it in the Kroger parking lot. Like you couldn't dedicate an hour of your time in an office.
Look, that Whopper's not going to drive itself through the drive-through. Like I got to stop and get the Whopper, and then I'm going to do the deposition for the thing where I took my penis out.
How's this guy explain his undercover work? his wife
would do the same thing 7 more times over the next 48 hours.
Over the next 48 hours? 48 hours?
I don't even know if that is an investigation. You know, props to that guy, because that's
honey,
work.
I got to go back.
I mean,
I got to go back. We're this close to the bust. Honey, you've been 5 times today. Whatever.
So 3 months later, his coworker, Officer Hutchinson, went back into 5 of those massage parlors and did the same thing, all to see if the businesses would accept debit cards.
I'm trying to check
his partner. So he went and told his partner, like, "Hey, man,
I've had 7 rum and tucks over the last 3 days."
Dude, 7 times the past 3 days. Look, and they call it work.
I'm trying to see if they'll take repeat business.
How many times does it have to happen before there's a legit case?
I don't know. Apparently more than 7.
How do you get this assignment? This guy's never going to have a better assignment in his life.
Officer Hutchinson went back into 5 of those massage parlors and did the same thing, all to see if the businesses would accept debit cards. Attorneys.
Why is that an important thing? What is that? Why is
went back in to see if they would accept Kroger points.
Right. And then traveler's checks. What? Why are we doing traveler's checks? The last time he went, he was just throwing money orders at him.
Listen, do you guys take what is
Discover.
it? Western Union.
It's money. What is that? MoneyGrams?
MoneyGrams. Can I get listen? This time around, can I just give you an IOU? Can I just write it on a piece of paper?
Look, the 5th time I just took Pop Tops in. Just see what happens.
Trafficking experts, even other law enforcement, tell ABC 15 there are a lot of issues with what you just heard. For starters,
you think?
State law says...
You think?
There's a lot of issues with what happened here, and I'm not even mad at the massage parlor at this point.
Exactly. The massage parlor is 2nd of 2 in line of people that I'm not happy with right now. 2 of 2 is the massage parlor.
Dude, how do you go back into the precinct with all your boys into the locker room? You're like, "What's up, guys? Just back out on the beat. Back out on the beat today."
Do you walk in after the 7th time? You're like, "Got him." Nailed him.
Admitted to is illegal. 2, experts say it wasn't necessary to make the prostitution case.
Right.
It seems like overkill, Steve. I'll be honest. It seems like overkill.
I mean, half a time would have been great. You didn't
one
even
more
have to
time.
finish.
I got to go one more time. How are we going to get the 7th charge?
And 3, in their reports, investigators repeatedly say they're looking into sex trafficking, then proceed to pay for sex acts from potential victims.
Got him.
That's not how that works. That's not. You can't go do the cocaine and then arrest somebody for cocaine.
Look at all this cocaine. I was so ready to. I so could get cocaine from you guys, and I know it because of all the cocaine I did.
Whoa! I'm getting drugged off the street.
Women who work in massage parlors are not a commodity. They're people.
Brad Rideout is an Arizona defense attorney and former prosecutor. He's not involved with this operation.
In Arizona,
you can tell that operation isn't shady.
Yeah, that looks shady as shit.
I can tell you I didn't even need to go in for 7 handies before I realized that one might need to be rated.
It's like massage and sandwiches is what it says on the sign.
Yeah, look, Steve, we realize that you take your job seriously, but 7 times, man, 7. And then you told your partner to go try it out too.
Yeah, that massage parlor doesn't seem on the up and up. There's a Subway in it.
I'm doing God's work here, gentlemen.
I'm out here doing.
So now these police officers are going to be in prison for getting handies.
Yeah. I just the amount they got.
Sex acts while on duty. It is a
crime.
crime.
Is this? Hold on. We can't let that skip by. Go back. Can we scoot back a little bit?
Yeah, we can.
Did you recognize this man's name?
What is it?
Brad Rideout.
They're looking into sex trafficking, then proceed to pay for sex acts from potential victims.
Women who work in massage parlors are not a commodity. They're people.
Brad Rideout is an Arizona defense attorney and former prosecutor.
Right.
He's not involved with this operation.
In Arizona, you cannot exchange money for sex
Brad's
acts
just pissed.
while on duty.
Brad's pissed they didn't call him.
State statute 13.
Oh, anyway, all right, we get the point. Anyway, so the guy went in and got did it 7 times in 48 hours. They managed to get the case.
He's trying to convince everybody it was an investigation.
Don't be mad at me because I'm a thorough cop.
R. Kelly's like, man, why didn't I think about calling it an investigation? What are you doing?
All right, well let's
That's a man
finish
that
up
loves his job.
It is. Look, I do it for the love of it. I'm trying to get crime off the streets, and I'll do whatever it is.
Money's not great. Money is not great in police enforcement work.
Look,
but I'll tell you what.
I do for satisfaction.
It's the joy of ending the case.
It is. Look.
It's the joy of coming out strong.
It's right.
Okay.
7 or 8
All right,
times.
Steve.
Got it. Look, I do it for the love of it. I don't do it because of the accolades or the happy endings.
I want to say this,
there's not
Judge,
a lot of happy endings.
I just want to say this out loud, Judge. Anastasia is a nice woman. She's very sweet.
She's very
I did
thorough.
not enjoy doing this to her.
Yes. I love you, Anastasia. What do we have to finish out today?
Well, I think that pretty much finishes off everybody.
All right,
really.
well, there you go.
I mean, how do you not finish off with that?
That seems. I mean, we could do that story again 6 more times, just to make sure that we get all the jokes out of it.
But you know what I feel like? Doing it 7 times in a row just feels like overkill. I feel like if we did that 7 times in a row in 48 hours, it would just
7 times.
The joke would be over pretty much after the second time.
By the way, at some point during the 5th, do you think? I've been doing this a while. Like, this seems like overkill, the investigation that I'm doing here.
Well, he got tired after the 7th, and that's why he told his partner, like, I'm going to need you to do the rest of this investigation. I don't know that I can. I'm going to need a few days rest.
Physically. He's the guy. You know he's the guy at trial that's coughing up dust.
And just to sell it, he's like taking notes and like recording it on a little recorder. So then in court, you just got to hear him like, no, I won't take my. Okay. Yes, I'll take my pants off.
I'll take my pants off.
I will.
By the way,
yeah.
Over 48 hours, let's say the place is open 12 hours a day. Let's say it's open from 9 to 9. That means that he came back like every 3 hours.
And nobody thought it was
Are you
weird.
a cop? No, I just really like your service. It's great. I know I was here at 7 o'clock, but it's just
terrible. Well, we appreciate you listening to the pod. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and go off with that in mind this week.
That's
that if you are not investigating massage parlors 7 different times, you're probably doing better in life than that guy.
Are you good at your job? Are you as good at your job as that guy is?
That's what you need to ask yourself.
That's what you need to ask yourself.
You need to ask yourself about the dedication you're willing to put in for your career.
That's it. This guy's got it. This guy's got it, and maybe you don't, and maybe you need to step up your game.
We need to send it out on an inspiring note, and that is it.
All right. That's it. We'll talk to you next time on the program. See ya.